So it's been quite a while since I last made a video, and there's a couple of reasons for that, and I will talk a little bit about that in my next video, or in a video that I'll put out eventually. It's not going to be a very positive video. It's kind of, a video that's going to have a lot of negativity in it, but just because my private collection has changed drastically. But that'll be for another video. This video is kind of a celebration at the fact that I have passed 2,000 subscribers now on YouTube, which is awesome, guys. I really appreciate it. As some of you know, I used to post up videos quite frequently up until I had about 1,300 subscribers, and then I actually tried to change my channel and make it into a fitness channel. Needless to say, a lot of people didn't like that. But anyways, a lot of my subscribers are actually subscribers I've had for a really long time, dating back to maybe even 2008. But yeah, in the last couple months, I've added 700 of you, and I'm really grateful that you guys, like these videos that I put out. So today's video is going to be a top 10 animals that I work with, or at least my top 10 favorite animals that I work with. And number 10 is going to be this Nephrurus levis, smooth knobtail gecko. I really like this guy. This is the male. I'll actually show you guys the two females. This female here is a bit darker, and then this female here is quite light. These are awesome geckos. They originate from Australia, and they're just so cool. You really gotta love those huge eyes on them. Very nice looking geckos, and this is as big as they're gonna get. Very small little geckos. So that's number 10. I really like these guys. They make awesome burrows in the sand, and they're so fun to watch when they hunt and they jump on those crickets. And who can't simply fall in love with those giant eyes? Really cool geckos that we're working with. Sorry, I think I just had my finger on the speaker. But really cool geckos that we're working with here at Safari Reptiles. So basically, I've just decided that this top 10 favorite animals that I work with is not going to be a list that's going to be in any particular order, because this would definitely break the top 5 for sure. This Strophrus tanacata, or if I'm saying that right. Awesome gecko. This is the female, and you guys can see she's grown quite a bit since I last posted up a video of these guys, and they're just incredible looking animals. The genus Strophrus is just amazing. The spiny-tailed one is absolutely to die for, but these are really beautiful too, and I just love these guys. They're actually really tame. When you see a gecko that's this small, you would think that it's jumpy and goes crazy and all that. But no, these guys are really easy to handle, super easy to take care of. It's a wonder that there are not more of these guys in the hobby as of right now. But they are awesome. Really cool little geckos. Alright guys, another one that would probably crack the top 5 on my favorites list is the Rhino Rat Snake. But if you guys are keeping count, this is actually number 7 right now. No, wait, is it number 7? No, this is number 8. So this is the Rhino Rat Snake, and this is our female, and she is just beautiful. Let's hope she doesn't bite me here. But you guys could see that she is completely green now, and she actually has some blue coming in. But these snakes are just so incredible, from that appendage they have on the tip of their nose, actually made up of scales, to the black that's between their scales. Just amazing snakes. And you keep these guys a lot colder than you do most snakes. They of course like it very humid, and they'll eat just a bunch of different things. When we had first got these guys, they were started off on rosy minnows, and now she is eating adult mice, and she's just absolutely beautiful. Probably a year away from breeding. She grew extremely fast, and yeah, we can't wait to produce some of these ourselves. Another animal that it just surprises the hell out of me that there's not more people working with these guys and producing them, because they're absolutely beautiful snakes. And you know, for the most part, if you handle them, I don't want to say regularly, because I don't feel like this is an animal that should be handled all too often, but if you handle them enough, they'll end up being quite a tame animal. I've heard people say that they're mean, but this girl's never bitten me. And she's just a real awesome snake. Try and get the camera to focus here, but here you go. Number 7 on the list is going to be gargoyle geckos. I absolutely love gargoyle geckos. I think that gargoyle geckos should be more popular than the crescent geckos. I find them to be easier to handle. I find they jump less often when they're babies, and I just find them a lot cooler. You know, you don't find as many different variations in the pattern and coloring that you do in crescent geckos, obviously. You know, there's just a couple, I guess, designer morphs, you would call them, which is, you know, mostly going to be your stripes, your reticulateds, and then your oranges and your blacks. You know, they don't come in too many different colors, but they're just awesome little animals. They have these incredible looking faces, and you guys can see where they get the name gargoyle gecko. You could see that the head kind of looks like a gargoyle's head, but a lot of people also find that that head looks kind of crocodilian, like really cool. And you guys can see this guy is just totally calm right now. He's not trying to jump or get away from me or anything. And if what I've said so far hasn't sold you on gargoyle geckos over crescent geckos, if they lose their tails, well, they'll just grow back. So awesome little geckos. We produced a bunch of these this year, and they're all incredible looking. So gargoyle geckos are actually one of my favorite geckos, and I believe that they should be the most popular of the New Caledonian geckos, just because super easy to handle from the time they're born. The one thing about gargoyle geckos is that if you keep them together when they're young, they tend to go after each other's tails, and then they eventually try to eat each other whole. So they're not the most social gecko when it comes to living with other geckos, unless they're all relatively the same size like this trio we have here. And here we go for number 6. This is the albino African house snake. I love house snakes because they always eat, and the way they strike the prey is just incredible. They'll throw their whole body on that prey, coil it with their entire body, even if it takes their tail. Whatever it takes, these guys eat, and it's just incredible. I don't really have much else to say about this snake. I think this snake's color and pattern kind of speak for itself. This is probably one of the most impressive snakes I've ever seen, and they're actually pretty cheap, these guys. So again, I'll say it a million times in this video, but I cannot believe that you're not seeing more of these albino house snakes produced. They're just so pretty, they handle really easily, and they stay small. So, you know, a really cool pet for somebody who doesn't want a big snake, who's maybe looking for something that's different from a Kenyan sandbow or a corn snake. Really cool. And you guys could see, just this snake is awesome. This is probably my favorite snake that we have here. So cool, so beautiful. Well, the list couldn't be complete without a corn snake. This right here is actually a hypo motley opal corn snake, and it is absolutely beautiful. His motley markings have kind of faded with time, the circles on his back. It's like not showing up on the camera at all, but he used to have these really nice orange circles all down his back. I don't know if it'll show better on the computer once it's uploaded, but the reason why I really like this male, because we do have a female, is he's absolutely incredible in the sense that he always eats. He's never ever missed a meal in his life. He just eats and eats and eats. And if I were to offer him 5 adult mice in a row, he would eat all 5 of them. And it's for that reason that he cracks my top 10 list, even though he's not as easy to handle as some other corn snakes. But he is just so beautiful. I really like the way that opals look in general. And you throw in motley in there, well, you could kind of see the circles down his back, and you just get this incredible snake. And yes, we are, this I believe is number 5, and I've already used the word incredible 500 times. So let's see if I could find a different adjective for the last 5 on the top 5 list. Right here is probably my favorite lizard in the entire Safari Reptiles collection. This is our male super translucent or super transbald veiled chameleon. We produced this guy last year. He's a little bit younger than a year, but you guys have seen, you guys could see that he's already pretty much adult size. He's definitely ready to breed, and he absolutely hates me. But at least that causes him to give me his nicest colors when I take him out. And I like never handle this guy like whatsoever. I mean, I don't believe you should handle chameleons at all, even if they are veiled. Of course, veiled are going to accept handling a little bit better than you know, panthers or some other kind of chameleons. But this guy is absolutely stunning. You have to see this in person. Incredible. God, I said I wasn't going to say it again, but he really is. Just as everything else is in this video. But we've grown him underneath a regular Exoterra 50-watt bulb, just because he's on the top. You know, we have the 2 other cages at the bottom here, so it's very hot at the top of the room. And we have the Zoomed T5 fixtures. And I gotta say, these chameleons have just grown awesome underneath those fixtures. You guys could see that, whoa. You guys could see that he doesn't want me to turn him around really, but basically he has a perfectly shaped veil or crest on his head. I'm wondering if he sees his reflection in the camera lens. That would explain his extremely aggressive behavior. But yeah, just look at that. So incredible. And it's not just the fact that they have these patches of white on them that will never change color. It's the fact that I find these trans-bald veiled chameleons have just an insane amount of orange on them compared to regular veiled chameleons. And turquoise too, usually. But anyways, let's put this guy back before he loses his mind. And that's one of his siblings actually down there. So you guys can see that she is just a regular translucent, or transbald, but even then, you guys can see that's a female chameleon, female veiled with all that orange on her. Really nice looking. All right, now guys, the top 4, of course, are gonna be ball pythons. All right, guys, here we have number 4, our male super chocolate 100% het ghost ball python. It's not really much for me to say about this guy. I just really like dark snakes. I usually tend to like one extreme or the other. I like something that's either insanely bright or really dark. But what I really like is that this guy actually has blushed out patterning, which is really cool. I think that the chocolate gene is underutilized, and you could do really, really cool things with it, especially when you stick ghost in there. He's a male that'll breed this year. He is super mean though, however, so we won't handle him. Now, for the ball pythons, we're just going to open up tubs and take looks. So, number 3 is going to be our desert ghost ball python. Now, when I first showed you guys this female, somebody was like, hey, deserts don't breed. That's fine. This isn't a desert. This is a desert ghost. This is a simple recessive mutation. And I'll tell you what, when combined with the pinstripe gene, this just makes absolutely incredible looking snakes. So as this snake gets older, it's actually going to get whiter and paler with age. And it ends up being kind of like desert ghost camo color. You know, a nice whitish gray. So really beautiful snake, and you guys can see it's just so clean, the patterning. So this will basically enhance any gene, kind of like the desert will, with, you know, the plus that this is actually gonna produce babies for you. All right, and now, okay, that was number 3. Number 2 is going to be our pastel puma. Now, when the snake was first born, I wasn't sure what to think of it. I didn't really know if I liked it or not. But this is actually a really cool snake, and the reason why I really like it, I don't know if you guys could see, is because this snake actually has red pupils on its black eyes, which is really cool. And this is our first allelic animal that we produce. You know, we use our pastel yellow belly and our spark, and we produce this animal. The reason why I really like it also is because the parents are both awesome snakes. They both bred young, and we managed to produce her. Here it is, number 1, my favorite snake, my favorite animal that I work with. And it's a banana fire spider, and I do not think there's any reason for me to give that you guys don't already know why I love this snake. I'll just let you guys admire it. Banana fire spider. My favorite animal that I work with here at Safari Reptiles. So cool, so beautiful. Don't care what it's going to be worth next year. We ain't selling her. We just love having her. And opening up her bin and just having our breath taken away. Because that's what you need in your collection, guys. You need to have that one animal in your collection that just, you know, makes it seem like it's all worth it. And this snake, just having her in our rack, like our hard work, we know is paid off. And we could have such a beautiful animal in our collection. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.